in studio today. We're excited to have Erin Gamelin, who, along with her husband Craig, has been the driving force behind Stout Irish Pub in Toronto. Erin, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Glad to be here.
Now, you've been in the hospitality business for a while. I know this because I've been one of your patrons. And kind of wondering, what got you to, start Stout?
Well, I've been in the industry for 35 years. Literally, when I was 14, I was started as a bus girl at Smitty's. And so it's something I was always in. I was in it through college. I did other things, other career ideas that I wanted to do. And eventually I was just like, you know what? I know this industry the best. I love this industry. So I quickly redirected my plan when I was managing at Winners to open up my own place managing at the Keg. I did manage at Winners as well, but I wanted to open up my own place after kind of being tired of working for corporate and other owners, and felt I was just ready to do it. Plus, I'm an entrepreneur, so we started raising some money with friends, becoming shareholders and investors, and saved up our money and started with this small little Irish pub 15 years ago.
It's a great atmosphere, and it's a very welcoming atmosphere, and I know that you're known for your craft beer, and especially here, like trivia nights, because that was one of the things which really drew me to your establishment. I really love that. What do you think makes Stout stand out? Toronto has quite a competitive pub scene. What do you think makes Stout stand out?
Well, there are a lot of restaurants in the city, and we rank very high on TripAdvisor because we can differentiate ourselves. Not only were we one of the first pubs in the city to have only Ontario craft beer, and hundreds of them. We have 22 taps, and strictly focused Ontario craft when it wasn't even very popular back then. So we really established ourselves as a craft beer destination. So we do trivia on Mondays and Tuesdays to a full house because it was so popular we had to do it on Tuesdays. Wednesday we have euchre night. Sundays we've got family movie night at 5:30s. We're always doing major events. We have often writers come in here once a month to do book readings. We have all sorts of events happening in here, so that really sets apart us from everybody else. And we have a puppy menu. So we are puppy friendly. We've got a closed-in, grassed-in patio. And so we went viral 2 years ago with our dog menu. And so we get dogs from all over Ontario they bring their humans to pay for everything. And it's very popular, our puppy program.
Was that always a part of the plan in terms of, because to me, like I said, what drew me in, what drew my family in was how much you seem to be so integrated into the community. Was that very much a part of what was going on?
100%. But I was always, before I became an owner, I was always that server bartender that as soon as a family walked in, nobody else wanted to take the family, but I was the first to be like, bring the family to me. Me having a passion and the hospitality gene is what differentiates us from a lot of other places. Our service isn't generic. Our service is very one-on-one. It's very personal. I hire and develop our team. I hire people that care and develop them to become fantastic at what they do. But the first and most important thing is, as you've gone to other restaurants and you feel like you're doing a service or asking a favor to the server and giving them 20% just because you don't want to feel that. I believe that our service differentiates ourselves from everybody else, and we have that intimate coming home local feel, and we're also very engaged in the community. We sponsor so many things in the community. We're very involved in the LGBTQ community. We're just up the street from Church Street. So and a lot of outreach philanthropy, we definitely do. Whenever we're asked, we support however we can, whenever we can.
I really love the fact of how you emphasized what your plan is, what your idea is in terms of staffing. That it's a priority for you. Yeah. Because me and my family, we've been here, and I get the sense that they very much take your lead,
Yes.
and you really care about the staff you hire.
Yeah.
It's a priority for you.
Well, there's a couple things there. Number one, it is a priority for me of who we hire. We don't have a big team. So because we don't have a big team, it's very important that the right person is working in here and that we're all a good blend. We also have an exceptionally diverse team. A lot of our staff started as international students or they're brand new PRs. We've got Turkish, Indian, Tamil, like you name it, all backgrounds. And they chose to work here because they wanted to have the Canadian experience. And our clientele is very diverse. So it's just a really good fit for our team and for our patrons. And they care. Like, they're not lazy. They're not lazy. They come from places that work really hard and that have a very strict upbringing. So, and that's the discipline I grew up with. So it's important to find those people who are hardworking and care and execute graciousness and gracefulness and thank-filledness.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that strikes me, and it's I felt that we connected when I first met you,
Yeah.
and I know my daughter and my wife just.
I've watched her grow up.
It's pretty amazing. It was actually
Yeah.
quite amazing. I know you wanted to rope her in, which we'll see if that ever happens. But one of the things that from day one has sort of I've noticed that it's baked into you is this like your passion for the entrepreneurship, the business and stuff. I mean, is there an idea where that started? I mean, I know you brought it into the business. That passion is like, was that always with you?
Well, an entrepreneur is born. It is
Yeah.
not created. You
Yeah.
are born an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I've been like that since I was 8 years old. And anytime there's a good idea, my head immediately goes to, how do I monetize that? And I graduated with honors in business marketing. So for me, it's a fearlessness and a passion of like, let's try this. And it's a freedom I also give my team to like, you got an idea? Let's do it. Like Sky, she's got a wine event that she's created and selling tickets for. So I support young entrepreneurs. I speak at a couple of universities in the city here about entrepreneurialism and specifically about hospitality and restaurant management. So it's something I didn't have when I went to college, and it's a way for me to give back to the community and help support young people get a foot ahead and give them not my story, but how to get to where I got by making the right decisions and failing and redirecting and finding a way to be successful doing that.
You make a really good point, a very interesting point, because the fact is, I see you being fearless. And where does that come from?
Entrepreneurialism. Entrepreneurs are fearless. Like we don't think about how something won't work. We don't think about how it will fail. We don't think about, well, what if this goes wrong? What if that goes wrong? We have a law of attraction that is unfazing and unfettered. It's something we just do. It's just part of, okay, well let's try this, let's do that. And failing is not part of, it's just not part of my lexicon. It doesn't exist in the same way it does the average person.
I love you so much. What are your plans? What's the next plans? I don't know, for Stout Irish Pub, anyways. Any specific ideas?
Well, right now we're just, always pivoting with all the competitive threats in the industry that is happening between inflation, property taxes going up, people not being able to spend as much money, tariffs. There's so many obstacles. So we take it year by year and see how we need to reroute and redirect. And right now, I just sold my brew pub of 10 years. And so right now we're just kind of taking it easy, rebuilding this business and redirecting to see what the future brings. So we're not sure, but I'm not in a rush to find that out. It'll be soon enough.
I and my wife and daughter will be here as long as you are, because you don't get that relationship.
No.
Just whatever. So to end this off, because my team is kind of impatient with me at this point, I want to toast to Stout.
Thank you to you.
Because you're fantastic.
Thank you.
Love
You're
you so much.
fantastic. Say hi to the family.
I will.
Cheers.
I will.